Once again, I didn't record taking the dash off to take the speedometer out and the fuel gauge, but I put the fuel gauge into the shop and speedometer in the shop. The fuel gauge was good and they rebuilt the speedo. So it's fairly easy to install. You just have to pop it in place. There's 3 pins, and then there are 3 torque screws that you put to hold it in place. Next part of the project is putting the gauge cluster bezel on, which is fairly easy. There's just 2 pins in there, they pop it in place. And then the tough part is getting the glass or the plastic on. You have to get it over the little trip meter pin and get it to tuck back behind the dash down below. Then after that, once you get that on, you have, I think it's 4 or 5 torque screws to hold it in place. The final part of the project is putting the dash cover back on. There's a little, see that pin right there? That pops in, and that's some kind of dummy gauges or whatever, I'm not really sure, but that's easy. And then you pop it into place, and there are 6 screws that hold it in place. They're Phillips screws, but this one only had 4, and the other spots on the plastic dash were broken, so they didn't work anyways. I don't know if you can hear in the background, my 1.5-year-old granddaughter is over visiting while my son is teaching me how to do voiceovers and edit these videos. So, oh boy, fun. I also ordered 2.5-inch coil spring spacers for the front, and I'm getting overload springs for the back, so it should lift it about 2.5 inches and be even all the way across. Give me a little bit more clearance. The tires I put on there are a little bit bigger and wider than what was originally on there. My next projects on the van are going to be, I will need to drop the fuel tank and take out the sending unit / fuel pump, because the gauge is not reading. So I had the gauge checked and they said it was good. And then supposedly today, LMC is sending me all the gaskets and felt to go around both doors, driver's side and passenger side. Right now they are rattling like crazy, and actually this window fell out because there's so much slop in there. So stay tuned.